Can you imagine going from answering phones as a receptionist to launching your own app worth $300 million? Join me as I share my incredible journey filled with surprises, challenges, and the power of believing in yourself. Hey there, my name is Emma and I'm 20 years old. I grew up in a bustling city filled with bright lights and endless opportunities. I want to take you on a journey, my journey from being a simple receptionist to becoming a successful entrepreneur with my own app called ConnectUs. I can't wait to share my story with you, one filled with ups and downs, dreams, and determination. So let's dive in together. I sat at my desk, shuffling papers and glancing at the clock. It was only 10 a.m., and I was already feeling frustrated. My friend Lily walked in with a bright smile. "Hey, Emma, how's the glamorous life of a receptionist?" she teased, winking at me. I rolled my eyes. Glamorous? More like boring. I just answer phones and take messages. "Come on, it can't be that bad," Lily said, plopping down in the chair opposite my desk. "You get to meet people." "Yeah, but not interesting ones. Just customers who complain about everything," I replied, sighing heavily. "Just hang in there. You never know what can happen," she said cheerfully. "Maybe you'll get promoted." Promoted? From receptionist to what? Senior receptionist? I scoffed. I feel so underestimated. Lily's smile faded. "I get it. You're more than just a receptionist." Just then, Mr. Thompson, our boss, walked in. He looked over at me, a smug grin on his face. "Emma, could you just look pretty today? That's what we need," he said, adjusting his glasses. My heart sank. "Look pretty?" I echoed. "That's all you think I can do?" He waved his hand dismissively. "Just a suggestion. Lighten up." I could feel my cheeks turning red with anger. "I'm not just a pretty face, Mr. Thompson." Sure. But remember, clients value charm," he said, walking away. Lily looked stunned. Wow, that was rude. I slammed my hand down on the desk. I can't believe him. I'm tired of being seen this way. "Then do something about it," she said, her eyes sparkling with suggestion. "Maybe learn something new?" I thought for a moment. Like what? Anything. I don't know, coding? It's cool and powerful. Coding? I asked, feeling a little excitement, but I know nothing about it. Exactly. You'd be starting fresh. It could be your way out, she said, shrugging. That night, I sat alone in my room. The glow of my laptop lit up my face. I felt nervous but curious. What if I could really learn how to code? I took a deep breath and opened a beginner's guide to back-end development. Here goes nothing, I whispered to myself. Hours passed and I forgot about everything else. The screen was filled with strange letters and symbols, but it started to make sense. I was figuring things out. "This is actually kind of fun," I said out loud, grinning at my reflection in the screen. "I can do this." But then a thought crossed my mind. What if I failed? Would Mr. Thompson still see me as just a receptionist? Too bad if he does, I muttered defiantly. I'm more than what he thinks. By the time I closed the laptop, my heart was racing with excitement. I didn't just want to be a receptionist anymore. I wanted to be someone who created things, someone important. The anger I felt from earlier faded. Instead, I felt a spark of hope. I could change my story. After an exciting night of coding, I needed a break. I decided to call my mom for some advice. I picked up the phone, feeling a mix of excitement and fear about what I was doing. "Hey, sweetie," she said when she answered. Her voice was warm and I felt comforted. "Hi, Mom. I'm really working on something big," I said, my heart racing. "I'm learning how to code." "Coding? That sounds techie," she said, chuckling. "What do you want to do with that?" "I want to create an app," I said, my voice filled with determination, "but I'm scared I won't be good enough." Oh, Emma, she replied softly, you can do anything you set your mind to. Just remember to be grateful for your job. It's giving you experience. Grateful? I echoed, feeling a sting inside. I feel like just a receptionist, like no one takes me seriously. Every job has value, honey. It's building skills for the future. Plus, the people you meet might open doors for you, she said. But Mom, I hesitated, I want to be more than this. I want to create my own path. She sighed. I understand, Emma. Just balance it all. Don't lose sight of what you have. I nodded, but inside I was a whirlwind of emotions. How could I balance this new passion with work? The next few weeks were a blur. I woke up, went to the office, and spent my days answering phones and taking messages. Each time I heard Mr. Thompson's voice, it stung a little more. Emma, can you bring me those files? He would ask with that same careless tone. Sure, I'd say, hiding my annoyance. But at night, something magical happened. I'd come home and open my laptop, diving into my coding lessons. I felt alive again. But balancing work and learning was tough. One night, I stared at the screen, trying to focus. Why is this so hard? I muttered out loud. Lines of code blurred together. My head hurt from thinking. The fear crept in again. What if I could never create that app? I can't do this, I said, feeling overwhelmed. I clenched my fists in frustration. Then I heard myself. Wait, you can do this. You've learned so much already. But every time I thought about creating the app, a wave of fear crashed over me. What if it failed? What if no one wanted it? Deep down, excitement tugged at my heart. I imagined it, my app, colorful and fun, helping people in ways I hadn't even figured out yet. Just take it step by step, I told myself. You'll get there. With renewed determination, I typed my ideas into a document. What if the app helps people connect? I whispered, my fingers dancing on the keys. The fear was still there, but so was an excitement that was hard to ignore. As the clock ticked by, I realized I had been working for hours. Every line of code felt like a step toward a new world I wanted to create. Maybe I wasn't just a receptionist. Maybe I was becoming something so much more. But could I really do it? Would my dream come true? Only time would tell. That thought lingered in my mind as I closed my laptop, ready to dream big for the first time in a long while. It had been months since I started learning to code. Every night while the world outside went to sleep, I was glued to my laptop creating something I couldn't quite believe, a real app. I named it ConnectUs. It was designed to help people find friends and connect over shared hobbies. But there was one thing I decided to do first: keep it a secret. One evening, while I was immersed in my work, Lily stopped by unexpectedly. I quickly closed my laptop, my heart racing. Hey, Em, what are you up to? She asked, peeking at me with a curious smile. Just working on some stuff, I said, feeling a flutter of anxiety. Stuff? Come on, spill it, she pressed, but I shook my head. I can't yet. It's not ready, I replied, biting my lip. I didn't want to share my dreams until I was sure they were real. Days turned into weeks, and finally my app was finished. My hands shook as I looked at the screen. I did it, I whispered in disbelief. But who would care? Would anyone actually use it? Then, one afternoon, everything changed. I was at work, tapping away at the keyboard, when a stranger entered the office. He looked sharp in a suit and had an air of confidence about him. Hi, I'm Mr. Collins, he said to the receptionist. I'm looking for Emma. My heart pounded. That's me, I said, approaching him cautiously. I heard about your app, ConnectUs, he said, eyeing me curiously. I'd like to discuss it. Seriously? Hannah gasped. You've heard about it? He nodded. Word spreads in the tech world. I think it has potential. My stomach twisted with excitement and fear. What do you mean, potential? I'm an investor and I want to help you take this app further. We could reach so many people together. His smile was reassuring. I felt like I might float away. An investor? For my app? Absolutely. But here's the thing. This also has a lot of risks, he said, his tone turning serious. Are you ready for that? Risks? I echoed, my heart racing. What if I messed it all up? Building an app is a journey, he explained. There will be challenges and doubts. But, he added with a grin, you'll also discover how strong you can be. I took a deep breath. I'm ready for that, I said, although my voice trembled a little. Good. Let's set up a meeting to discuss this more. When he left, I felt like I could burst. All this time, I'd kept my app a secret. I had doubted myself so many times, but now someone believed in me. Was this really happening? As soon as I got home, I paced my room, feeling the weight of everything. I could hardly breathe. What if I fail? I whispered to myself. But then I thought about all the nights I spent coding, dreaming, and working hard. You can do this, I said. This is your chance. Yet the excitement flickered with fear. Would people actually like my app? Would it change lives? I lay in bed that night staring at the ceiling. My heart danced between hope and anxiety. Could this really be real? I wondered. I closed my eyes, wishing for the best. I had a chance now, a chance to prove myself, and I wasn't going to let it slip away. A week after Mr. Collins came into my life, everything changed. I had a meeting with him, and it was incredible. He believed in my app, ConnectUs, and offered me funding to help grow it. As I stared at the email confirming the deal, joy bubbled inside me. I can't believe this is real, I shouted into my empty room. My heart raced with excitement. I couldn't wait to celebrate. But then, a thought held me back. Should I tell everyone? What would they think? I worried, what if they doubted me? That evening, I decided to tell my parents over dinner. The table was set and the smell of my mom's cooking filled the air. I took a deep breath, feeling both nervous and thrilled. As we gathered around the table, I cleared my throat. Guys, I have some news. What is it, Emma? My dad asked, looking up from his plate. I got funding for my app, I burst out, unable to hold back. Really? Mom looked surprised. That's amazing. Dad leaned back in his chair, rubbing his chin. Hold on a moment, he said cautiously. Just be careful with your decisions, Emma. Careful? But this is my dream, I protested. I can finally make this app a reality. I know, he said, his voice steady, but you have a steady job. Don't jump in without thinking everything through. But Dad, I've been working hard and I can handle this, I replied, a bit of frustration creeping into my voice. He looked at me, his eyes softening. I get that, Emma. I just want you to be smart about it. Pursuing dreams is good, but don't let it consume you. I nodded, understanding where he was coming from. I will. I'll be careful, I promised, but I felt a twinge of doubt. Was I really ready for this? After dinner, I retreated to my room. I stared at my laptop, the screen glowing back at me. Questions raced through my mind. What if it fails? What if I can't do it? But then I thought of Mr. Collins. He believed in me. I didn't want to let fear steal my chance. I decided right then I would continue working at the office while I developed my app. Yeah, that could work, I said out loud. I can balance both. The next day at work, I kept my head down, typing emails and answering phones. Each time Mr. Thompson walked by, I reminded myself to stay focused. Emma, he called out one afternoon, startling me. Can you run these reports? Of course, Mr. Thompson, I said, trying to ignore the annoyance bubbling inside. I was more than just a receptionist. Little did he know about my plans. That night, I opened up my coding platform ready to dive back into my project. I was determined to make ConnectUs shine. Let's see what you've got, I whispered to myself, excitement bubbling in my chest again. I spent hours fixing bugs and adding fun features. Each change made me feel more confident. As I lay in bed that night, my mind buzzing with ideas, I realized something important. I could manage both my job and my dream. Every day was a step closer to success. Tomorrow is another chance, I told myself, closing my eyes. The weight of doubt lifted just a bit. I was ready to chase my dream while grounding myself in reality. And so began my journey, filled with a mix of fears and hopes. I could do this. I was determined. Over the next few weeks, ConnectUs started to gain traction. I could hardly believe it. Notifications popped up on my phone, showing new users joining every day. "Emma," Lily exclaimed when I told her, "this is amazing. You need to celebrate." "I know," I replied, bouncing in my chair, "but there's so much to do." With every new user, I felt a rush of excitement. But soon I faced a big decision. It might be time to leave my job at the office. One afternoon, I was working on features for users when Mr. Thompson called me into his office. My stomach twisted. "Emma," he said, leaning back in his chair, a smug look on his face, "have you finished those reports?" "Yes, Mr. Thompson. I sent them over this morning," I said, forcing myself to stay calm. He waved his hands dismissively. "Good, good. You know, we're lucky to have you on our team." He paused, looking straight at me. "Just don't let yourself think you're more than this job. I'd hate to see you get hopes up." My heart dropped. "Excuse me?" I shot back, my cheeks flushing with anger. "I have been working hard. I'm more than just a receptionist." Mr. Thompson chuckled, leaning forward. "Of course, dear. But keep dreaming small. It's safer that way." I felt a wave of betrayal wash over me. How could he belittle my hard work? I managed to smile weakly. "Thank you, Mr. Thompson. I appreciate your input." But my insides churned. After the meeting, I returned to my desk, my heart racing. With each word Mr. Thompson said, my determination grew stronger. I was done letting him push me down. Lily walked over, sensing my frustration. What did he say this time? "He thinks I should have small dreams." It made me so mad. I snapped, my voice shaking. "Don't let him get to you, Emma," she encouraged. "You're doing something incredible with ConnectUs." "I know, but sometimes I wonder if I'm being foolish. Should I leave my job? It's safe here." I sighed deeply, torn between comfort and ambition. "Only you can decide that," she said softly. "But you've come so far. You have every right to chase your dreams." That night, I tossed and turned in bed. I thought about the users who found friends through my app. "I'm making a difference," I whispered to myself. "I'm not just a receptionist." As the days passed, my app kept growing, but so did my frustration with Mr. Thompson. Every time I heard his voice, I felt the fire inside me grow stronger. "Emma, can you take care of this?" he would call out, oblivious to the storm brewing inside me. Each time I forced a smile. "Sure thing, Mr. Thompson." But then I thought about leaving. What if I really did it? What if I focused just on my app? The idea thrilled and terrified me. Would I be able to handle it? One evening, after a long day, I sat down with a notepad. I wrote down my feelings and fears. How can I make this work? My heart raced with every word I penned. It's time to be brave, I thought. I realized I had to trust myself. I had built this app from the ground up. Each user was a victory, a testament to my passion. "I can't let Mr. Thompson hold me back," I whispered. "I deserve to follow my dream." With renewed determination, I closed my eyes and pictured my future. It was bright and full of possibilities. The betrayal and doubt might hurt, but they only fueled my fire. I was ready to take the leap. Whatever came next, I would face it head on. It had been a whirlwind of a few months. I could hardly keep up with all the milestones ConnectUs was achieving. One morning, I got an email notification that made my heart stop. "Emma, check this out," Lily shouted excitedly across the table when we were having coffee. "You've been featured in Tech Today." "What? Me?" I gasped, staring at the screen. The headline read, "Youngest female founder hits $300 million in app success." I could hardly believe my eyes. "This can't be real," I whispered. "I'm just Emma, the girl who wanted to help people connect." "Yeah, well, now you're a rock star," Lily cheered, clasping my hands. "Look at you, this is huge." Excitement and disbelief mixed together. I felt like I might float away. "I can't wait to tell my parents," I said, grinning from ear to ear. When I returned home that evening, I found my mom in the kitchen baking my favorite cookies. "Mom, you will not believe this," I yelled, rushing into the room. She looked up, puzzled. "What happened, Emma?" "I got featured in Tech Today. They called me the youngest female founder to hit $300 million. I jumped up and down, my heart racing with joy. Her face lit up. "Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you." I shared the article with her, pointing to the picture of me and the positive words written about my app. "I can't believe how far I've come," I said, still in shock. Later that night, as I scrolled through social media, I saw people congratulating me, but one notification stood out and it made my breath hitch in my throat. Mr. Thompson had sent me a message. "Congratulations on your success, Emma. I'd love to discuss a potential partnership." I felt a mix of emotions swirl inside me. "Partnership?" I muttered. After everything he said? I couldn't help but recall how he belittled my dreams. How could he even think I'd work with him? Lily came over the next day. "What's up? You look a bit cloudy after yesterday's sunshine," she said, concern creeping into her voice. "I got a message from Mr. Thompson about a partnership," I confessed, shaking my head. "It makes me feel so conflicted." "Conflicted? Why?" she asked, puzzled. "After all his comments about me being just a receptionist, he thinks I'd want to partner with him?" I felt anger bubbling up. I worked so hard to prove myself without him. Why now? "Maybe he realizes he was wrong," she suggested. "People change. Maybe he really does see your potential this time." "Yeah, but can I trust him?" I pondered, staring at the screen. He didn't even believe in me back then. Lily looked at me, her eyes full of understanding. "You've grown and even proved him wrong. You're stronger now. Whatever you choose, it's your decision." That night, sleep eluded me as I weighed my options. The idea of partnering with someone who once doubted me felt weird, but maybe I could use his connections to help grow ConnectUs further. All I ever wanted was for people to connect. Could we help each other? I thought, feeling torn between anger and an opportunity. In the end, I decided to meet him. "I can handle this," I whispered to myself as I typed my response. "But I'll be careful. I've learned to protect my dreams." As I hit send, I felt a wave of determination wash over me. I could choose my path, no matter who was on it. The success was mine, and I was ready to face whatever came next. As I sat in my cozy little office, I felt a sense of fulfillment wash over me. I glanced around, remembering my journey from being just a receptionist to becoming a full-fledged entrepreneur. It felt surreal. Looking back at those early days, I could hardly recognize the person I was. I remembered the frustration of answering phones and feeling invisible. Why can't they see me for who I really am? I used to wonder silently. But now every achievement made sense. I did it. I really did it, I whispered, smiling to myself. The joy of connecting people through my app ConnectUs was more satisfying than I ever imagined. Suddenly, my phone buzzed. It was a message from Lily. Hey, guess who's coming over later? Mom and Dad want to celebrate your feature? My heart raced with excitement. They'd been my biggest supporters through everything. I can't wait to share the whole story with them, I replied. Then it hit me I hadn't yet responded to Mr. Thompson's request for a partnership. Taking a deep breath, I picked up my phone again and pulled up his contact. The idea of working with him still felt off, like a puzzle piece that didn't quite fit. Okay, let's do this, I muttered to myself. I needed to set the record straight. I pressed the button to record a voicemail. Hey, Mr. Thompson. This is Emma. My voice was steady, but emotions bubbled beneath the surface. I just wanted to say, thank you for reaching out about that partnership. But, I'm really busy smiling right now, so I think I'll pass. I laughed softly, imagining his surprised face. Bye for now. I ended, hitting send, feeling a wave of relief wash over me. Part of me felt guilty for brushing him off, but he had doubted me and tried to hold me back. He didn't believe in me, so why should I believe in him? I thought firmly. As the evening sunlight streamed through my window, I took a moment to reflect on how everything had changed. I thought of all the late nights learning to code, the frustration of fixing bugs, and the thrill of each new user joining ConnectUs. It was hard work that paid off. When my parents arrived, they burst through the door with balloons and a cake that read, "Congratulations, Emma." My heart swelled with pride as I hugged them tightly. "Look at you, Emma," my mom exclaimed, tears of joy in her eyes. "We're so proud." "Thanks, Mom. I can't believe I'm talking about it now," I replied, grinning from ear to ear. I have so much to share. We gathered around the table, and I told them everything, how the app started, the ups and downs, and the surprising success. With every word, their eyes grew wider. "Wow, you really showed everyone what you're made of," Dad said, beaming with pride. "I couldn't have done it without your support," I admitted, feeling gratitude well up inside me. "You always believed in me when it felt impossible." As we celebrated, I looked around at my family's smiling faces. The warmth and love filled the room, making my heart flutter with happiness. In that moment, I realized that my journey was just beginning. I had transformed from a receptionist to a founder, and now I had the chance to inspire others. Connecting people is what I want to do for the rest of my life, I said, taking a deep breath. My dreams had finally become my reality, and I could see so clearly now. The sky was the limit, and I couldn't wait to see where this journey would take me next. If you could turn your passion into a successful business, what would it be? I want to hear your dreams and ideas. Share them in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to chase our goals. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing stories.